Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Athendor Gaming and welcome back to Ultimate General Civil War. If you'd like to catch up on the rest of the series, there'll be a little card that pops up in the top right of the corner of the screen right now. And you can find the playlist there. We are here in the second day of the Battle of Shiloh, and we are going to dive right in. We could recruit some replacements and stuff, but I think we're good to go. So one of the things you can do, you can recruit men, but you can't spend money doing that. So now we're going to counterattack, and we'll get stuck in right away. So we fought desperately yesterday, managed to hold Pittsburgh Landing. Our heroic fighters did not let the rebels advance further. Yes, we did good. All the brigades from General Buell's corps are here, so now we can initiate a counterattack to sweep the Confederates from the field. So let's pause here real quick and see what we've got. So we've got a large rebel artillery battery here and some smaller rebel infantry regiments. We have some cavalry, and we're going to ride them out to the flank quickly. This is all from Buell's corps, I think. So we're going to have Buell's corps take this right flank here. We're going to have them just go ahead and march up in formation. I imagine most of these rebels will dip pretty quick. Those are our men. These are men that we were gifted for this battle. We're going to try and lead this assault with those guys as much as possible. We are going to pick out some of our units that have taken rather heavier casualties and keep them in the back. So we don't want anybody being gutted any more than necessary. Okay, that's all fine. Ames is fine. So let's go ahead and get it playing. Let the artillery do their thing. Reposition our generals here while Buell's corps and this corps march forwards and take position in the fields. You can see the ships over here just pounding away at these guys, which is always fun. So these three units are also gifted to us, so we're going to use them to lead the attack there. So if we look at 1st Division here, Red Shirt Battery's fine. Loomis has lost about a third of his strength. Morton's fine. Perry has been badly damaged, so we're going to pull him back. Stafford's been badly damaged, so we're going to pull him back out of the 2nd Division. He's fine. They're fine. Truex is doing okay. Gordon's doing fine. Magleton is not quite at 50% casualties, but he's getting there, so we're going to pull him back. We just want to try and preserve as best we can units that would be useful to have later on in the campaign, but have suffered so many casualties that they're going to struggle to participate effectively. We don't want to lose any units. That's the real key here. Alright, our cavalry has gotten on top of their artillery. It's going to do some damage, but now really needs to run away. We're going to have these guys line up right here. Keep going through the divisions really quickly. Good, good. Okay, he's good. Alright, we should be good at this point. So we want to move generals up there. Go ahead and tell that artillery to set up. We're going to move here. We're going to have Sully's battery set up right there. Hicks and Parrott will form a rear guard for us, while Carlin and Colts here, I want to attack there, and we're going to move Loomis up onto the flank. Loomis is quickly becoming kind of our premier infantry regiment. which I'm just fine with. He's the 1st Regiment of the 1st Division, so that makes plenty of sense in my book. Yep, we're going to get up out of these trenches and we're going to go give them everything we got. I'm going to move Truex over to the flank so that he can kind of fight there. Brigadier General Alexander McCook is wounded. I didn't even know. That must have been from one of the units we got loaned. Because I'm like, I didn't know that we had a Brigadier General except maybe as like division commander. Or a corps commander, rather. We're going to march these infantry forward and get after these artillery. March Wagner up, march Garfield up, have Morton come in behind. Ames is also going to move over to the flank there. We're mostly out of supplies, so we're going to keep them back with the reserve forces. Again, we want to try and keep our artillery together as much as possible so that it can support each other. Doing well on that front. Loomis is doing his work. Alright, these guys are good to start marching up. Stale and Branch attack there. Benjamin go there. Rousseau come and fill the gap. Parrott gonna back up this gap, kind of backstop it, make sure that these guys don't get up to any shenanigans. Have the cavalry ride around the flank just so we can kind of get eyes on what the situation is. We're doing okay here. Part of the problem is we can't really advance as rapidly as I would like to, simply because there's just way too many Confederates still. We're going to move our skirmishers, our reserve units here up a little bit just so that they can hold our rear in case things should get desperate. But I don't think they will. We're doing very well right now, all things considered. We're going to move Parrott around to be a bit more bold in his flanking maneuver. Try to get Russell out of there. Yeah, we're tearing him up right now. Have Parrott halt. Give fire into Russell's flank. There we go. He's out of there. Have Benjamin, Branch, and Stale all fire at this artillery unit. Try to get them gone. Perfect. Have these guys march forward. Close that gap in. Doing well there. Doing well. Doing well. Gordon's a little exposed, so we're going to move Boyle up right behind him to support. Going to have Garfield go ahead and cross the river. Smith do the same. Wagner come up right behind him. Bruce go ahead and cross the river. Hazen get in the river. We're going to have Amon take up right behind Garfield there. Yes, we're pushing them. We're pushing them good. Pushing them real good right now. We're receiving some charges. That's just fine. Doesn't bother us one bit. We're going to try and get all of our artillery together as best as we can. And we're probably going to focus it over on this this right flank. So that seems to be where the bulk of the rebel infantry is right now. Things may change with time, however. See if we can get a bit clearer of an idea of what's going on here with Jackson. Or actually, let's just send Jackson over to capture this objective. He'll tell us if there's any enemy infantry there by getting absolutely killed by them. So it should be fine. Alright, we're going to just spread the line a little bit right there. Move like that. Have Kirk march forward just a touch. Have Rousseau come forward a bit. Hicks come forward. Stale come forward. Benjamin moving up. Yep, it's really just a matter of, now that we've kind of got our units together and we can form a solid continuous line, we're really able to put a lot of pressure on the rebels. Alright, we really want to move up here. We're going to leapfrog Amon through Garfield, and we're going to do the same with Wagner through Smith. Have Boyle move up like this, have Gordon move up like that. Yep, doing well, doing well. Have General Buell come forwards. General Brewster's going to come over here and take the flank. So we secured the church. Well, let's keep going. Kind of cheesy tactic, but you know, just trying to get a good win here. We really could use it after we did have that one defeat earlier on in the campaign. That was really brutal. This could be bad right here. I think Gibson's about to give way. So we're going to have all of them turn and fire. Loomis is going to take on these guys. Tell these artillery to set up real quick and use some grape shot to help us out. And the same with Sully's battery there. We're going to move Kirk over at a run. We're going to have the general come up behind here. We're going to move Stafford up just in case they get any bright ideas about trying to take our objective here. Rousseau needs to run into that gap. Hicks and Branch are doing just fine. Kirk needs to run into that gap. Amon and Truex are going to flank around. That should give us a good chance to do a lot of damage there. We may flank Amon and Truex around even more. So we're going to have Wagner advance. We're going to have Morton advance. We're really threatening to turn their flank right here, which is exactly where we want to be. But we need to keep the pressure up. We need to keep moving forwards. We're going to move our artillery up into sort of this formation so that they can support more effectively. Stevens is going to charge into Kirk. That works for us just fine. Loomis and Benjamin are holding well here. Alright, Stevens is broken. We're going to have Kirk come up and fill that gap. Rousseau's doing fine. We're going to have Benjamin fill this gap here. We're going to have Parrott hold back. Yep. Okay, secured another objective. Let's go secure the next one. Why not? Alright, I think we're starting to really get a good push on this flank. We're going to continue to flank around and continue to keep our general near the front, doing his best to hold all this together. Hicks, we're going to have Branch charge here. And then we're going to have Benjamin charge from another direction. They can't grape shot in two directions at once. And I think we're going to get him. I think we're going to get him. Yep, we've routed that artillery piece. We're going to have the guys reform there. Parrott's going to march forward there. Just like that. Benjamin's doing well. We're going to have Perry come and hold this sort of central area here. We're really got him entrapped right here. You know, that kind of makes me wonder if we could run some of these guys forwards and around right now and try to encircle them. I think the opportunity is there. We're going to move our reserve regiments down the line and move these guys up and forwards. And we're going to try and see off Chalmers to see if we can't make this happen. Yeah, I'm sensing the opportunity to get a huge victory right here. Okay, good, good, good. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yes, we're able to kind of squeeze them back. We don't want to squeeze them too much from the front Because what we want to be able to do is swing Smith around here, swing Garfield around there, swing Hazen around there, and put them all into a bottle. And then just use our artillery to pound them into submission. Where's Buell? We're going to need him on this side. Yes, we're doing well. We got to keep our generals up close, though. This fighting is going to get real fierce, real fast. But if we can pull this off, we may have a chance to really destroy a massive portion of the rebel army. Yeah, I think we've got him. We just need to delay there, perform a holding action. It'll be fine. We're going to send our cavalry over to just keep these objectives in our favor. We're going to run Stale over here to block them. Branch has suffered heavily. We're going to need to commit our reserves. We have a unit of 2,400 men just chilling back there. We're going to need to commit our reserves, and we're going to need to get them in there quickly. The Confederate unit surrendered. Smith needs to just reform and hold. Hold the line. Come on. There's a huge portion of the rebel army trapped in here right now. If we can keep this up, we're going to have a massive victory on our hands. Remember when last episode was entitled How to Get Rid of All Your Rebels with This One Simple Trick? No, this is how to get rid of all your rebels with one simple trick. The trick is extreme violence. Okay, these three are just messing around. Another rebel unit surrendered. Oh, it's happening, boys. It's happening. Here we go. Lots of flanking fire being exchanged back and forth. We're going to take a lot of casualties for this, but if we can get it done. I like how you can march a surrendered unit just like straight through an enemy unit and it makes no difference. Ah, well, they did just unsurrender themselves. A little frustrating, but it's not the worst thing in the world. We're doing fine. A few of them are going to retreat back through, but that's okay. We were never going to capture all of them, but it wasn't that. It was more so the ability to capture a lot of them, or just wipe them out as we just did that artillery unit there. Is going to pay big dividends later in the campaign, because of course anybody who's gone stays gone. So, having destroyed a lot of these rebel units, they're not coming back. Alright, so Gibson surrendered here. That'll be a nice prize. There's, they keep surrendering and then unsurrendering, and surrendering and then unsurrendering. Alright, we need to run our units in. Just charge everyone we can. Yup, that's getting them. Traub surrendered. Have Hicks charge Gibson, or just fire on him. Just attack. Eventually he will surrender. There we go. Got him. And then we're going to have all three of these units focus on them. Have these guys come up like this, but pull Gibson back because he's surrendered enemy units. They do not instantly turn and fight for you. We're going to have these two units move over there. These guys are just going to chase Wood down. Get all our artillery together. Or at least as much of it as I can find in a hurry. Have him come up and plug that gap there. We're going to have Stafford come and take that flank. Yes. Yes. It's happening, boys. Alright, these guys can go there. Move generals. Move generals. Just like that. And look at this. What a victory. What an enormous victory. And tell our guys to just keep marching after Wood. Keep the pressure on him. If we can get him to surrender, that would be ideal. Not always going to be possible in this situation, but if it can happen, we want to try. Have Kirk get moving. Have Gordon get moving. Just want to keep our guys active here. We're going to have Perry be on kind of guard duty here. Make sure that these guys don't get uncaptured. We're doing well. We're doing very well. We have all the objectives, so even if the battle ended right now, we would win. Which is kind of goofy in a way. Alright, who's got good condition and a lot of men? Benjamin has good condition. Go ahead and have him charge. Stuart there. Really don't have anybody with a lot of condition. Condition is kind of like their stamina, so if their condition is real high, when they charge, they'll make it. And if their condition isn't very high, then they may not make it. Yeah, we're just going to charge, kind of a general charge, to try and get these last few rebel units off the field as quickly as possible. Alright, we have Wood pinned over here, so we're going to charge Parrott into him, and then we're going to charge Rousseau right after. And we should be able to deal with Wood here. Yep, see, he's getting absolutely torn to shreds by Parrott, even though Parrott is a smaller regiment, and he's broke. Okay, we're going to move just like that. No need to run at this point. Statham is getting chewed up, and we're going to have Loomis charge through into Statham and go ahead and take him. Rebel units continue to retreat. Forest cavalry right there would be a nice prize. Sometimes if you capture very, very elite units like Forest's cavalry or similar, you get elite units as a prize, which is a little known but fun mechanic. It just doesn't really come up often enough, however, to make it like a super big thing that's very worth it. Okay, we're going to march all these guys down and pull them around to make sure that they don't like accidentally recapture any objectives, while we move the rest of our army forwards, continuing to engage the enemy everywhere we can and push them back as fast as we can. Alright, all this artillery can move up. Artillery not as effective on the attack. Its best usage is definitely defense, but it'll do good work regardless. Okay, we're going to move him up there. We're going to move Garfield around the flank. We're going to move Benjamin there. Hicks can go ahead and pull back. The damage he's suffered is far too great at this point. Boyle can march forward and go after Pond. Branch has also suffered too much damage now to continue to be useful. Ames and Truex I want to go ahead and push through with. Loomis and Stale can stay on Statham. Kirk can march up to fill that gap. Gonna have Ames and Truex go after Statham here. Keep him from sort of reestablishing himself. Okay, we are gonna lose Spainfield, and that's gonna necessitate that we have to act. So some of those units that we were gonna send away now have to come back. Because if we don't get it back in 23 minutes, we risk getting a draw. And I don't want a draw. I want a victory. And at this stage, I think we can achieve that. We're going to march Smith straight past and straight onto this objective here. I want them to run. Hurry up. Yes. Okay, we saw that unit completely off right there. Gordon is engaged Forrest's cavalry a little bit. We're going to move these units forwards. We want to just do our best to get as on top of him as we can and pin him down so we can finish this. And have these guys run. We're going to have Gordon engage Pond. Truex engage Pond. From the wood line, if you please. There we go. Pond's going to charge, so we'll have Branch come and support. He is still a pretty large unit, so he could do us some harm. We're going to have our cavalry come back and recapture there. We're seeing off an enemy cavalry unit there, just as I suspected. They were going to try and pull, you know, classic AI tactic there, which is swing around the side while you're focusing on the straight up fight in front of us, and we're not going to allow that to happen. We're going to definitely keep the pressure up on them. Move Rousseau forward, move Gibson and Parrott into a blocking position here, and be very satisfied with our work today, I think. We're going to have Boyle come and hit Pond in the flank. Just try and finish him off. We're going to have Garfield march around the flank of Stewart and Hazen march around the other flank. Just keeping the pressure on. And we're going to have all of our artillery fire on him. So Smith is holding the rear there. So we're going to tighten in the cordon on Jackson here. And I wonder if that is the Jackson's regiment. Hard to say, really. Alright, we're going to turn all our artillery on him. We're going to continue for just a moment. And try to finish off these last couple of regiments. Okay. There's more out there. Let's capture Spainfield, and then we'll call it a day. Alright. We're going to go ahead and hit finish, and there we are. So, 39,000 infantry and 41,000 infantry, respectively. They had 2,200 cavalry versus our mighty 175, and 128 guns to our 53. Final tally, we killed well over 2/3 of their force, including about 3/4 of their guns and well over half of their cavalry, and captured almost 4,000 men. Regardless, smashing victory. 14,000 casualties will not be easy to replace, but a stunner. We were able to just dominate after we got our defenses together with artillery fire and absolutely wreck them. So we got Ulysses S. Grant, an extra corps, 10 rep, 2 career, ton of money in recruits, and we were able to get 1,000 extra recruits for all those prisoners that we turned in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Athendor Gaming. A big victory for us on the second day of the Battle of Shiloh. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy the content on the channel, please consider liking or subscribing. I post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes on Sundays. Can't wait to see you back. Goodbye.